Hello everybody, this is Count Christo and we're back. It's finally returned. The time that many of you have been waiting for. It's Black Ice. It's HOI4. I am very nearly better. Excuse me. I'm just about to talk about how I'm better. Suddenly started coughing. I'm very nearly better. So the time has come to resume the YouTubes. I'm sorry it's been so very long. But I shall now get back into it. So, we had a problem. As you might notice, Czechoslovakia exists. The problem was, when I reloaded the save, there's been an update to Black Ice, and there was a whole bunch of land around Moscow and around here that was just unowned, like wasteland territory you couldn't walk into and nobody owned. Also, Warsaw was like unowned wasteland territory. I guess they've added new states. I guess Warsaw is no longer, was part of city area before. And like these states here were all unowned. So I reran the campaign. I just very quickly, speed 5'd my way through. We didn't end up being able to send anyone to nationalist Spain because I switched everyone over to these infantry quite early. We now do have our 1.1 million deployed troops. I blammed out some cavalry so I could send volunteers over to China. We've got our 2 tank divisions doing what they can do over in... Why won't you halt? Why can't I give these guys a halt order? Excuse me? Thank you. In doing what they can do in China. Less progress in China than before, as you can see. They haven't been able to kick out these guys yet. We were in March last time, so I figured we should restart from about here. Excuse me if I pause to clear my throat or take a drink more often than normal. So, the next focus we're going to do is going to be Sudetenland, because we know we can get that. I'm pretty sure on historical focuses they'll always say no to this one, so we won't do that yet. I don't know about this one. I'm tempted to declare war on Italy before we go to war with the Allies. It's a fairly standard play. It would just be so good to get all these huge numbers of factories under our control, and I have no interest in AI in my faction, so... Okay, let's see what we can do. I have built some division templates, which are the same. By the way, the Black Ice developers, please stop. They've made the UI worse. Like, they've changed the colors. Why? Why do you feel the need to be different for no reason? It all looks like they've inverted the colors on these. In fact, it's a new color. Like, the unresearched thing is now the same color as the researched thing in the base game. It just feels like they're making it complicated for the sake of it. We've just invented anti-tank rifles, which means we have a colossal deficit of those. I have put a sizable amount of production onto them. Where are they? Here they are, yeah. So hopefully, once that production efficiency ticks up, we'll be good. I'm doing some very ahead of time research in the industry department, just because these techs are so valuable. 10% production efficiency cap is mental. That's like probably like a 20%, no, maybe like a 15% net increase. We're struggling in China because we're still on reserve army and no form officer training and all that stuff. So these guys have, how much organization? Only 31 organization, which does hurt. But I think we'll probably be okay. The music seems a tiny bit loud for me. Let me just turn it down very slightly. I don't want to deafen my voice. That's pretty much why you're here, I have to imagine. So, these are mountains. Don't attack there. The mountains on the port are, they vex me. Let's see if we can make a push onto the port. They only have 1 infantry there right now. A bunch more coming in, though. If we can start this fight before those guys can reorg, though, we might have a chance. Come on, China. If you would support me from all directions, we'd win this easy. I'm not going to focus on... I'm not going to focus on taking land against the Japanese over here right now. The idea is just to kill Japanese divisions, because land taken, in the end, is not very important. What matters is that we whittle down their number. If we can pull that off, then we'll be doing our best to increase the Chinese war effort. There's more mountains here, which is a shame, but I'm just hoping they're going to retreat in this direction. Come on, come on, come on. No. Shame. Attacking into these mountains is agonizing, but yeah. Maybe I can push through these hills, get down here. We'll find out. No. As ever, I'm going to continue, as I explained in the rest of the series, I'm never going to take those silly, ahistorical, just random free divisions. It's ridiculous. However cheap they are to build, it's just silly. Yeah, Rommel seems right. I'm pretty much set on all my economy stuff. We are currently in the... I went up to basic bonds, which I hadn't done last time. But, yeah, we're doing pretty well in that whole area. I would like to fire Goering, which will cost 250 political power. I'd quite like consumer goods factories, could be nice. More political power. Well, we'll see. Probably not a monarchist reformer, as funny as that would be. Let's go down here. I don't know really why I'm bothering to retake this tile. Let's see if we can take down here. If we can cut these guys off in the north. Yeah, that seems valuable. Let's try and cut these guys off in the north. This is like a level 3 ports. They're probably going to have plenty of supply. Level 3 ports do provide a fair amount of supply. But we'll see what we can do to kill these troops. Excuse me. Happy New Year, by the way, if you're watching this the day after it's recorded, or Happy New Year's Eve if you're watching it on the day it was recorded. I hope you have a lovely time this evening. I have a very nice party planned. Should be good. Alright, let's get in here. Oh, right, yeah, I was going to talk about my templates. So, we've gone 30 width is the new 20 in Black Ice, as I understand it. I've put lots of artillery into our... we've got medium and heavy artillery in our support companies, which I have come to enjoy. We could add in... As I've explained in the previous one, we're not going to use the SS battalions, because it's ahistorical and ridiculous that the Germans alone have access to these like elite units that no one else can use. It's just silly. So, I could put in some of these... You can't put heavy artillery. Looks like there's no such thing as line heavy artillery. Can we invent it? Like, it doesn't look like it. These are the heavy artillery. Looks like heavy artillery can only be support. Okay. Interesting. But anyway, the tank division, I've gone full mechanized. I feel like we might as well make our tanks the best of the best. So, what I should probably also do is switch these over to some Panzer IIs. Increase the amount of Panzer IIs, decrease the amount of Panzer Is. Unfortunately, you still do have to have some Panzer Is, which is silly, but there you go. That will just generally make us a little bit better across the board. More HP. Good. Until we get some more... where's the thing that gives us more org? I think it's... Is it infantry? Yeah, this thing gives us a bunch more organisation. We might want to do this ahead of time. 15 more organisation on the primary organisation giver. Seems pretty valuable. Why isn't there a breakdown of the organisation when you hover over it? Does it not do that? I thought if you hovered over something it would break down how you got to that number. No, apparently I am just wrong. Okay, interesting. Our guys have got loads... so our infantry have 2 recon battalions, just the reconnaissance and the cavalry reconnaissance. We might want to swap out the cavalry reconnaissance for like armoured car or motorcycle. Both of which I think would be 5% better. Yeah. An armoured car gives some extra attack stuff too. It's much more expensive. The cavalry recon just takes cav recon equipment, unsurprisingly. Whereas if we went to like motorcycle, it would take motorcycle recon equipment. We'll probably stay with cav recon for the infantry, but the panzers... Well, in the Kansas, I want them to be fast. So we've got armoured car recon, motorcycle recon, reconnaissance recon, and cav recon. I have put heavy artillery in them, which does slow them down a little bit. We might consider swapping that out later. Maybe for a combat engineer, once I invent those. We'll see what tankette companies give. A little bit more movement. Not much else. But these army artilleries, which are basically heavy artillery, they give a substantial soft attack boost. 47 soft attack. In a division which only has 300 is very nice. They appear to be leaving this port, and if they are willing to continue to make this idiotic move, I will by all means let them and take it off them. Might be able to pocket the south. I was thinking the north would be the target, but must not get pocketed in the north here. That would be very inconvenient. Like you've seen, we are not strong on the defense here. They appear to be leaving the southern pocket. Okay, well, I'll let them go. Can we push in here? It's mountains, so their tanks will be fighting less well as well, right? Excuse me? How are their tanks getting a bonus in the mountains? Yeah, that's ludicrous. I thought tanks got a debuff. Oh, it's because their tanks aren't tanks. Okay. They have one tankette company. Okay. They have escaped the yoke of Versailles. Pretty sure we're not going to have anyone on our side. I don't really see the benefit. I'd rather just go it alone. People have told me, by the way, in the comments, and thank you for all your comments. Many of them were very helpful. Some of them not so, but, you know, I'm a let it wash off my back kind of guy, so I'm not that fussed by those. We have rushed through all of these. Not going to do ship factories or bomber factories. It does, because we're not basically not going to build many bombers. And it does give us 1% factory output, but 1% factory output for 170 days. Not sure about that. Also, these don't seem that valuable to me. Like, we're not really getting engaged in the naval war. I'm going to blam out a bunch of subs, probably. We could go ahead of time on this, which gives you a 3% build speed to everything that isn't military factories and dockyards, and then a bonus 3% to... sorry. Yeah, and then a 3% to civilian stuff. I am building a bunch of civies right now. I'm just about to pivot to building some civies. I realize that we have millions more military factories and civies right now, which is silly. Although, maybe it's not. I was thinking that's silly, but I don't know, maybe it's not. Maybe we should go heavy military and just steal civilians we need. I'm not sure. I would love to take this port. If the Chinese could attack in, that's not a terrible division right there. Basic submarine factories, good. I think we need level 2 synthetic oil. Infantry. This is a dumb system. When you invent a new thing, like the sniper team, it adds a requirement. This upgrades... What is that? Yeah, I think this is just... Yeah, all infantry, motorized and mechanized. This is dumb, because it adds a requirement to all existing infantry that you build these snipers. But of course you haven't got any of these snipers to start with, so you're always at a huge deficit to begin with. It's just a dumb way to do it. You should have to add the snipers to your division. Sorry, to your battalion somehow. Like you could have infantry battalion and then infantry battalion with snipers. And you switch over or something like that. But I don't know. It's just really annoying that when you invent something new, suddenly your units become like 25% worse at fighting, which makes no sense. Let's just finish off this cav. Come on, Chinese, if you could attack this port, that would be real good. Try and cut off these cavalry if we can, but I doubt it. Yep, going on the defensive here. The Chinese are pouring in here now, though. Looks like they're probably deprioritizing the north. Yeah, they haven't got quite enough men here. They're really going in hard to kick out this naval invasion, which is not necessarily a terrible idea. It's a pretty massive threat after all. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. Yeah, man, our organization is just so bad at the moment. But hey, we're dealing. War with Italy would be an interesting situation. Oh, right, yeah, I've just remembered, I think I forgot planes. Yeah, I forgot planes. Alright, we need to start building some fighters. I've been told that the only cast I should build, I think in the comments, are the Junkers. The Junkers are really good, apparently. Let's stay on the heavy military factory kick. Why not? I think that'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so we're building a bunch more of these synthetic oil refineries, which should be good. Let's add in some planes. So we want... Where are the fighters though? Are these the normal fighters? I want to build BF. Oh no, this is unresearched. Oh god. Okay, let's switch off infantry weapons. We need to invent these fighters, and yeah, light machine guns. We can get those later. We need Junker Cass. Okay, and before the end of that 150 days, I would love it if we could have a aircraft designer to buff our fighters. Okay, gimme that Sudetenland, please. I would really love myself a Sudetenland right about now. Small arms factory level 13. Nice. Ammunition factory level 1. Nice. Small arms steel, small arms steel. How did I get small arms factories? Was I building them just now? I don't recall building them. How are we doing aircraft factories, by the way? Ooh, real bad. Only level 2. Whereas we are banging it on small arms. Still no vehicle factories. The level 1s of factories are much more efficient. So let's get a level 1 vehicle factory going. And then maybe we should do with the munitions factories closer to the war, but we'll see. We will see. The thing is, once we take over France, like, there's going to be so many factories in here that will give us big, big buffs. Not just like production factories, I mean, you know, specialist factories. So let's see if we can go up here and cut off their northern attack. Because their tank divisions are, as we have established, utter garbage. Well, with 2 infantry support. But the infantry support left. More fool them. And they're moving in the mountains. So are we. So it takes an age to get anywhere. But our tanks are pretty fast with all those movement buffs we've given them. Now, come on. Finish those guys while I hold them in the south. And we're not holding them. We'll come back in. It's only the tanks that are reinforcing, though. So, new research. Maybe some air doctrine to make up for the fact that I have been dumb and not researched stuff. Oh, yeah, no, okay. Computing machine. Absolutely. No-brainer. With this many research slots, the computing machine researchers are... computing machine researchers, rather, are all the more valuable than in the base game. God, it's so tough to attack freaking mountains with tanks. Let's come down here. Ooh, that'd be nice. Some of them would leave. They've already killed their entrenchment. That's very nice. Don't want you to leave that way, though. I want you to stay here and die. It's unfortunate. Once this guy leaves, you should be able to push the tankette off the port, even with the mountain debuff. It's so painful. At 61%. Yeah, they are going to reinforce in and then get to retreat out, but we'll at least get to beat up on them as they retreat. So that's still pretty good. How are the casualties in this war so far? 250,000 Japs so far. Come on. Hold. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Japanese casualties in this southern section, I suspect. But we shall see. I just want to keep pressure on these guys. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should just focus on making sure I hold the port. Because if we got pushed off the port at this stage, that would just be really annoying. What are you short of? Handheld anti-tank. Yeah, which is this... these things that we've just invented. No, just hold the port. Let's just speed up. Bleed. Let them bleed, honestly. Because they've no supply, yeah? They have supply. Excuse me? Why do they have supply? I guess we have to try and cycle attack them then. Because they have no way to regain org. Come on, Chinese. Back me up here. Come on, guys. They're encircled. Help me kill them. These guys are trying to break out north. Can't let them relieve these guys. Finish them. How's the north going? Slight Chinese offensive? Sorry, slight Japanese offensive? It's not looking too bad yet, though. Would you... Guys, come on. If you all attacked him, they would be dead as heck. Yeah, that reserve army is just... quite painful. Here's something like... Oh, yeah, they're coming north. We should be able to hold this, though. Mountain, fort. I think we'll be able to hold. Something I would like to work out. Let me take a moment to do that here as the final thing in this video. When we start the war, we need to be able to go to general mobilization, which is 25. And we need to go to... Actually, we might be able to stay on volunteer only for a while. It increases division organization. So yeah, we'll stay on volunteer only. Okay, so 25. We'll want to go to elite standards, which is 150, so 175 so far. We're also going to want to go to elite officer training, which is another 150. So that's 325. Anything else we want to change? We'll probably want to go straight to like total. What is it? This Hertz, civvy construction, dockyard construction, political power gain, partisans get worse, national unity goes down. Yeah, I think we're going to want to go straight up to this. So yeah, once we go to war, so that means we need to save a stupendous amount of political power. How much is this? Another 400. So 725 political power we need the moment the war starts. Wow, that's interesting. We should probably start saving up a little while ago in that case. All right, so by the time the war starts, we need 725 political power. I guess things like Czechoslovakia, when they submit, we get political power, right? We did for Angelus, so we'll see. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. We begin saving up the massive political effort it will take to suddenly remilitarize the German nation in time for war next time. But until then, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.